Stocks our strategists feel are poised to deliver positive returns are featured now in their top stock picks of the week.
A top pharmaceutical company and a well-known home builder featured here. Nina Mishra, Brian Hamilton, going to talk about each of those in each of those categories. Nina, we're going to start with you. You've got the top pharmaceutical pick for this week. It's Pfizer,
yes.
And they're fresh on the heels of a takeover that fell apart on them.
Yes, yeah, Pfizer has been news of late. They had to cancel, terminate their proposed inversion deal with the Ireland-based Allergan, which would have created the biggest drug company in the world and also lowered the tax rate significantly for the merged entity. But the U.S. Treasury announced these new deals to restrict, new rules to restrict such inversion deals in which U.S. companies merge with overseas entities in lower tax companies. Lower tax countries. So what was interesting is that after the announcement of the termination of the deal, Allergan's shares fell, but Pfizer's shares, they jumped after the announcement. So that means shareholders and investors, they value Pfizer as a great standalone company as well. But they continue to look for ways to grow.
Well, now they're trying to take over Anacor Pharmaceutical.
Yes, last week they announced this proposed acquisition of Anacor Pharmaceutical for $5.3 billion, and their last year's acquisition of Hospira has given them a very strong position in this growing market for biosimilars or generic drugs. They had reported excellent results for the first quarter, beating both on top and bottom lines. And also, they also raised their guidance for the current year. And if you look at detailed estimates for the company, you can see that the estimates for the current and the next year have gone up significantly since their results from 2.29 and 2.54 to 2.46 and 2.64 respectively, and these rising estimates sent them to a Zacks rank 1. And in fact, if you look at the chart for EPS and price, you will see that they have missed only once in last 5 years. That's an excellent, performance, having missed only once in last 5 years. And in addition to this, they have been returning a lot of cash to shareholders via dividends and buybacks. Last year, they paid more than $13 billion to shareholders in the form of dividend and buybacks. And their current dividend yield is 3.5%, which is good. They're currently trading at 13.9 times forward PE, which I think is very reasonable, looking at their growth estimates. The industry is ranked 43 out of 265 Zacks industries, which is top 16%. And in the current uncertain environment, I think it makes sense to, invest in such defensive companies. And that is the reason why we hold Pfizer in our income investor portfolio as well.
Okay, which you are the editor of. All right, Brian, you took the side of the home builders this time around, and some of the home building stocks got a little bit of a boost here from the recent housing data for April.
Well, they got a huge boost yesterday and some form of today as well. The April new home sales data came out, and it was fantastic. It was up 16.6%. Now, this was the largest month-to-month gain in 24 years. So this is a huge deal for this. We saw all the home builders and ancillary companies like furniture makers, appliance makers, all see big gains in a day, which brings me to KB Homes. In their most recent earnings, which was ended in late March, okay, so these April numbers aren't anything to do with it. Their overall revenues were up 17%. Their housing revenues were up 28%. And they also saw a 5% increase in their average selling price. Now this brings me to their chart here. Now currently the stock is trading at $13.78. relatively really cheap here. As you also can see here, the growth rates for 16 and 17 are showing large improvements here. Okay, and so that's helping out the stock as well. It's currently Zacks ranked number 3 hold, but it does have an A value score and a B overall score. And given the low interest rate environment until at least June, this stock is something to watch going forward.
All right. Yesterday, by the way, May the 24th, for people following along. Now, outside of in your portfolio, do either of you own this stock?
No, not personally.
No. Not personally. Okay. Well, thank you both. You both sound very enthusiastic about your picks. And if you would like to review some other stock picks and stock picking strategies, and you're not at our website right now watching this video, get on over to the homepage, zacks.com. You can link to a lot of information on stocks, commentary, as I said, stock picking strategies right from the homepage. With Nina and Brian, I'm Terry Ruffalo.